Africa Lives on the BBC.
The first thing you notice is the light. Light everywhere. Brightness everywhere. Not the dark continent as so often described by writers from the gloomy northern skies of Europe. Not the dark continent at all. This is the luminous continent, drenched in sun, pounded by heat, and shimmering in its blinding glare.
Most of us see Africa as an object, a single blighted place burning in the glaring, relentless heat. For others, it occupies a romantic space in the imagination of childlike primitives and wild, beautiful animal creatures.
For still others, it's the dark side of our minds, the impenetrable place, the unknowable mind. The hordes of walking skeletons, too weak to swat the flies that cover them in the stinking squalor of the relief camps, or the disease-stricken people, fleeing yet another nameless battle between countries, tribes, clans, or warlords.
And all of this is partially true too much of the time, and we will come back to it. But there are other Africas.
Africa's got the lot.
Desert with its vast seas of sands, tropical with its jungles, equatorial with its rainforests, savanna and coastal with its animal and fish. In fact, practically everything except Arctic. And within this immense continent, more peoples, more language, more cultures, more animals than anywhere else on our world. It is quite simply the most extraordinary, beautiful and luminous place on our planet.
No wonder man was born here, born out of nature and into nature, where this continent provided him with everything he needed to survive and thrive in its abundance.
Africa, like the other continents, is not static, but perhaps unlike them, it has had to change and adapt more simply in order to survive. But just to live, just to grow food, and perhaps develop an economic life like ours, the continent was dealt a lousy hand. From the beginning, geography stood against Africa.
Europe occupies a single landmass stretching east to west across what is, in effect, one temperate climate zone. That meant we could develop one type of agriculture, and that if we invented something like, say, the wheel, its use could spread quickly across the whole landmass. But Africa is different. It stretches north to south across some of the most extreme climate zones on the planet. There's no use having a wheel in the desert sands, or a plough in a tropical jungle. The savanna or dangerous to cultivate, for the wild animals outnumber you. Then there's the heat. No other continent has so much landmass so close to the sun. Here, heat is a shape, a form, even a taste. Tropical or desert, it has a huge impact on the way of life. Any movement has a purpose. Even then, it's done with economy, a captivating grace of elegance and gesture. No energy is wasted by man or beast. During the daytime, everything burns, even the shade is hot. People, animals, even plants stop moving. At times it feels like I'm walking on the surface of the sun. Then noon arrives. The climate and geography of Africa has always hindered human development. Man found it hard to settle down here, and because he kept moving, he never grew surplus, he never developed beyond a subsistence level of nourishment. Not enough food, never enough people. Not enough people, not enough development. Underpopulation has always hindered Africa's advance.